Alright, let's get right into this. Gigabyte Aorus B450 Elite version 2 AM4 motherboard. Let's get her opened up. If you want to see what I paid today on the thing, it's $119 plus taxes, $135 Canadian. We'll put that little receipt aside. Alright, get her opened up here. I'm just going to move the motherboard out of the way. I don't need any of this stuff right now. We'll get a good close look at the board. It does have a piece of tape. I'm not even going to try to do it one-handed. Yeah, you couldn't do this one-handed anyway. It's stuck on really good. Okay. Let's pull the motherboard out. Oof, it actually is a nice looking board, to be honest. It doesn't have a whole lot of slots. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be an NVMe. This could be number 5. But anyways, 4 is better than 2, guys. So the plan is just to amalgamate some of my equipment here. Okay, well, let's get right into it. Let's pop up the CPU bracket. I have my Athlon 3000G CPU. I just pulled this out of another motherboard. It was not compatible with the 550 motherboard that I had. So we are going to use the 450 chipset, and we're just going to put it back in to this build. Okay, I'm going to try not to get all full of thermal grease. Do a quick look at the pins. Everything looks good. We're going to try to drop this in. Okay, drop right in place, guys. Nice and easy. So I know it's seated properly. Let's lock it down. And I think what I might do, if I have my thermal paste here, which I do not. Okay, let me go grab my thermal paste, guys. I'm going to drop just another dab of paste on here before I reapply the cooler. Alright, so I've got a little bit of Arctic Silver. I would say there's not much left in this by the looks of it. I only need a little dab, so hopefully it's enough for that. The plunger's getting pretty low. Okay, that ought to do it, guys. There's already some leftover paste on the cooler. This is just to make sure we get a proper flow. All right. Let's get this guy on. I'm going to get this side locked in first. Okay, and we're going to get this side locked in, move it around a little bit, help it reflow, and clamp. Alright, there we go. CPU's installed. I'm going to check the manual right now and see which slot I need to put in the single stick of RAM. So, interesting thing with this B450 board, it shows a lot of configurations here for essentially dual channel memory, like slot DDR1 and DDR2, and then slot DDR3, DDR4, and then all 4 slots. It does not show configuration for a single slot, so we are just going to put it into DDR1. We're going to put it in the very first slot, and I believe that's the one closest to the ATX 24-pin power supply connector. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. They have DDR1 and then 2, then 3, then 4. So we're going to install into DDR1, which is the very first slot here on the B450. and we're going to pray for the best. This memory's brand new. Used briefly in a 550 chipset board and did not support the CPU, so we are just going to reuse this. And if I could ever get it open, there we go. So we have a single stick of Kingston Fury DDR4 8 gig, and we're going to use the very first slot. Click, click. Okay, memory is locked into place. And last but not least, we're just going to plug in the fan for the CPU. Okay, there we go, guys. Alright, I'm going to drop this into the frame and I'll be right back. Here's something new you guys haven't seen yet. This is my homemade, custom built mining rack made out of angled aluminum, 3/4 inch and some 3/4 inch square aluminum tubes, as well as a couple wood pieces for the top deck and for the motherboard base. I've actually installed standoffs on the wood, and I have the motherboard secured properly. So yeah, let's get our power supply in, and then let's get a couple graphics cards on here, and let's see what this board's gonna do. Well, I've installed my brand new ThermalTake power supply, which you just saw me post a video of the other day. I picked that up on Black Friday, Saturday, actually. So there we go, guys. The rig is powered up. It's booted into the BIOS, and we are ready to get this thing either on HiveOS, RaveOS, and stick a couple graphics cards in it. And on my mining frame, you can see I've already drilled, pre-drilled some holes for the graphics cards. I have the hole spacing 3 inches apart. I hope that's going to be enough. If not, I'll redo it. But anyways, guys, there you go. So I've geared up to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6 graphics cards on this little mining rig frame that I did custom build. Alright, let me go hunt some graphics cards, and I will be right back. Right, so I hunted down some graphics cards, guys. These are my MSI Armor Edition RX570 8 gig cards. I currently have this little rig now running in HiveOS, and these cards are flashed, and they're getting about 30 mega hash each on Ethereum. I will be adding more cards to the rig here eventually. It's kind of getting close to Christmas. I'm going to be traveling, doing some vacation and stuff, so might not happen right away. But we are geared up to do some actual rig mining, so it is a step forward for us, coming off, like, you know, PCs with 2, another PC with 2, single PC with 3060 Ti. So we're spreading out. We're going to spread our wings a little bit and try something new, guys. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, hit me up on Discord, guys, and happy mining.